Welcome back there, Duelists. Casual here, and no better way to kick off the third week of 2021 than to give it up for the week 2 winners, people that commented on our week 2 videos that we voted for. And congratulations goes out to both you, Chester Hack, and also you, Charles Donahue. All you guys have got to do to receive your cards is by Saturday. End of Saturday. Obviously, it's not like as soon as you wake up and cartoons are on, you're like, oh crud, it's too late. Nah, just by end of day Saturday, hit me up at thecasualduelist78 at gmail.com and just give me a mail address. Just give me somewhere to send you guys some cards. Last week's winners, only one of them responded, and that was Nikita. So he got cards sent to him, and Chapel, not so much. Sorry. So we'll leave the winners' names up there because it's awesome. And I love it when you guys see that now. It's also Sunday, which means we need a deck. And you guys like my last deck box. Here's my really generic one today, okay? So inside here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab out Speed Duel. If it's going to cooperate. I figured just once we do, sorry about that. That's not supposed to be out quite yet. So what we got is we've got another one of these decks where I run 2 skill cards, and let's see about changing that just a little bit so that holds everything in frame a bit better. So today's deck is just a basic Battle City beatdown. Now, I didn't do a basic beatdown previous Battle City because I knew Battle City was going to have some of the best cards just generically in and amongst its own cards. And we'll tell you if any of the cards actually came from anything outside of Battle City, which a few of them did. But it's very budget, especially if you had... I guess it's not so budget if you had $90 to go buy yourself 3 copies of the setup. But if you're buying singles, it's actually pretty budget. So there is that. First off, we're going to start with the 2 skills you could use interchangeably. Or again, if you are playing the format where you're allowed to run 2 skills at a time, these pair off decently well together. So first, we've got Joey Wheeler's I'm Just Going to Attack. And then my Valentine's No More Mrs. Nice My. Quick breakdown of the skills is this one lets you every turn pick one of your monsters during main phase, give it 100 points till the end of the turn, and then once per turn when your opponent activates a trap card, you may negate that and reset the card. And then the drawback is it's only during your battle phase, and most of the time once they see this, anybody who has Zone of the Spirit will activate it, or if they were smart, they would activate it. And No More Mrs. Nice My is simply once per turn when one of your monsters inflicts battle damage, you can destroy, obligatorily you destroy 1 spell trap on the field. Now getting off to the quick list here, we've got 1, 2, 3 Breakers because he's great, 2 Charging Gaias because it's great, 2 Genzos because it's great, 2 Kaikus because you guessed it, 2 Bashing Shields, 2 Books of Moon, 2 Cosmic Cyclones, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 2 Waking the Dragon, and 2 Zone of the Spirit. Why all the 2s? Because consistency issues and 20-card deck. Moving on to your extra, and again, I'm going to abide by the PDF file on Konami's official website, and I'm going to use 6 today. So we got the Arcana Knight Joker. We're going to then have 2 Blue Eyes Ultimates, 1 Ryu Senshi, and 2 Thousand Eyes Restricts. Because, you know, they're good cards, guys. Play them. So if you guys were just here for the who's who on the deck list, you know, thank you for watching. Obviously, you guys can go and enjoy another video. I've got plenty myself up. Or you guys could go watch other YouTubers. I'm not that jealous. If it does help you, if these videos are helping you, please consider subscribing. And of course, go tell your friends about the channel. That helps out way more. But you guys have a lovely day. Everybody else, let's start with the skills again. So Mai is like a reduced version of Harpy's Hunting Ground, except instead of when it's uh, being a Harpy summoning, we're changing it to, okay, I've done battle damage to you. I have to destroy. So it's not always the best. I do prefer out of these two skills the I'm just going to attack. And again, it's the basic power up here. The fact that we've got so many normal summons that focus in right around that 1900 points. Breaker on his own starts at 16, gains his counter for the extra 300 to 19, gets this power bonus to 2k, and can then hold Bashing Shield because of his normal summon status to go all the way to 3000. This will also allow the Charging Gaia. Again, we normally will play it with no tributes, so 1900 to 2000 to 3000. However, if our opponent uses Book of Moon, which is why we play it, and we want to encourage the opponent to waste their Book of Moon there, we want to see that stat actually go back up to 23 to 24 to 44 or 34. Sorry. So it's just everything about this is basic beatdown, and it feels very similar to Inner Conflict, the way that I played it. And it's just like, there's almost no reason for me to have built this, but I did anyway. So again, you got your breakers. He's going to stay. He's going to be like your 1900 starter that can control the back row. Again, you don't have to foil them out. You're going to get one in every Battle City. The skills are obviously Battle City. The Charging Gaias are Battle City, which is amazing. Wait. No, I'm wrong. These are from the starter deck with Pegasus and Yugi. Again, you can normal summon without tributes. If you do, it's 1900. And then if this card is tributed, you can add a Blackluster Soldier monster from the deck to your hand. Yeah, I use that effect once per turn. It's fine. We're just using them for the normal summon, and of course, that's stat. Jinzo's here to take care of our opponent's traps. Again, a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just play Inner Conflict? Because I just wanted to use both these skills real quick. So, again, I guess you could put Inner Conflict as a third skill for the same stack of cards. The double Kaiku allows us to, again, stop out opponents' graveyard plays, especially with like King of the Skull Servants. Not that that's all that active right now. In the future, it will be a bigger threat, and it's good that we got Kaiku first. But again, it's nice to be able to take cards out of their discard pile and stop them from having any form of resurrection. There are a few cards and a few decks that do rely on it. The Bashing Shield, again, came out of like the first set or something like that. You equip it to a normal summoned or set monster card, and it'll gain 1,000 attack points. You'll take no battle damage from attacks involving it. So even if you were playing with weaker cards, it's still great. And again, the ratio of twos is mathematically everything in this game. If you're playing the base number, this is obviously a 21 card deck, not 20 like usual. But if it was a normal 20 card deck, 2 cards is 10% of your deck. So if you wanted to use a little bit of math and some backwoods ratios and equations, you could. Book of Moon, again, still doing its good stuff. Still trying to stop big effects, stop attacks. It's a good utility card. Play it. Cosmic Cyclone, again. We probably don't want to face things like Zoma the Spirit, even though we want to use it. So Cosmic Cyclone is going to help with that. And then, of course, you just got to watch out for the players that are going to use Waking the Dragons. The Double Nobleman of Crossout is, again, still for those cards like Apprentice Magician, Old Vindictive Magician. Anything that has a flip effect or anything that you just don't want to try to force over. So that's good. And then Waking the Dragons again. Since Inner Conflict is the big meta, most decks will be variations of the meta, which is why we have a very similar build here. I doubled up on Waking the Dragon and added that from being a double or a single to a double and expanded my deck by one. Simply for the fact that everybody's going to be expecting Zoma the Spirit, and this is a very fun game for me. Because almost every time I end up setting Waking the Dragon, my opponent thinks they're getting rid of Zoma. And when I have Zoma, it's because they've already seen Waking the Dragon, and they're just not trying to break it the second time. And then boom, there it goes. And I can still, sort of defend myself against those better decks. And then back to the extra deck, you got the Arcana Knight Joker. He says a fusion summon can only be done with the above cards. Good thing we're special summoning in it. However, once per turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect is card a card of the same type to negate that. I do have all 3 types, and I have more than 4 copies of any card in any type. 3 once I have to use the 1 copy of Waking the Dragons to play him. Again, situationally, feel it out, figure out what type of match you're actually playing before you go to him. The rest is just pretty basic for me. It's like I picked Blue Eyes because he's just the strongest stat in the game. Reascension is spell proof when it's targeting him and can shut down normal traps, 1,000 points per. And then, of course, Restrict has that beautiful ability of paralyzing battle and battle position changes on the field, and the Absorption ability, which will allow you to do quite a few shenanigans. So I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, you didn't need to build this deck, and it's sure, you're right. But what about the people who didn't have $90 laying around, didn't have a crisp 100, and they are out there literally buying these cards individually and building these decks without having had the ability to pick up the entire set at a time? And that's, again, part of the group of players I'm doing this for. So, again, you don't have to have the shiniest version of Jinzo. The common will do you just fine. Same with Breaker, same with Cosmic Cyclone. I can't believe I'm actually just pulling. Can I get the Nobleman? Nope, went one too far. All right, yeah, I don't count cards. That's about it. I really hope that you guys get at me so I can send those cards to you. The sooner that you do, the sooner that I can put those into post for you. Again, thank you for everybody who watches. That means everything. And I know somebody's going to ask about the mats, so let's answer the question now. The other ones, I just couldn't find them. I was cleaning a little bit, and I really wanted to get this out before this evening. And so I just grabbed the first mat. So good old Reliable was sitting there by my deck bag, and went ahead and just grabbed it. So yeah, don't worry. It'll probably go back into hiding here now. All right, that was awkward. I'll see you guys later.